what is the relationship between deep learning and the kinds of topics that you've already talked about today, so responsible decentralized intelligence, and in particular, I think there's a term federated learning that it'd be great to introduce us to.
Okay, great. Yes, so federated learning is actually another component technology that in privacy computing, that's in particular for machine learning setting. And that's actually, in a second I'll talk about this responsible data economy as well. So federated learning, the goal of federated learning is, again, you want to train machine learning models, but of course a lot of the input is sensitive. So you want to have a good way to protect users' data, but still be able to train these machine learning models. So the idea of federated learning is, unlike normal machine learning training, for example, where users' data is collected and all sent to the central server to then train the machine learning models. Now, of course, in this case, as you can see, the central server now essentially sees everyone's data, and you really have to trust the central server not to leak your sensitive data.
So it's kind of similar. So where private SQL allowed a data analyst to run queries and get summary information in a way that keeps database information private, federated learning analogously allows a machine learning algorithm to train without needing to bring in private information centrally.
Exactly. That's why it's called federated learning. Of course, it can also be extended. We also call it decentralized machine learning in certain cases. So in federated learning, the user's data stays on each user's device. They are now sent to the central server. So instead, these distributed devices, they would essentially work together in coordination by the central server in this case, where only, you can call it the model updates, for example, the gradient updates, is being sent to the central server, which aggregates these gradient updates to train the machine learning model in iteration. And it's called federated learning because now you have this federation of different devices where users' data is only stays on users' device, and users' data only stays on users' device, is now sent directly to the central server. And further extending to this actually decentralized machine learning, in this case you don't even have the central server, you can do this purely in a peer-to-peer setting, or actually using some other decentralized network to do this. So speaking of this, so the other thing I wanted to share also is that so federated learning, and also actually together with the researchers from Google and a number of many other researchers, we have essentially a survey paper on federated learning. It's both a survey and also talks about, I actually call it the overview paper on federated learning. That's actually, I think, the most cited paper in federated learning today.
Oh, really? The most cited paper in federated learning?
In federated learning.